Hello and welcome all back to Riles YouTube, where I'm going to go over some broad strokes of Secret of the Mimic that narratively defines the haunting going on inside Murray's costume manor, regardless of the in-universe video games saying there are no ghosts. These video games can point out the existence of ghosts just by existing themselves. Not only that, but by making these connections, I can determine the future of FNAF, what will happen next with the Mimic, now that we know what's really going on. So come sit on the floor with me as we pull out our EMF readers and we delve deep and try to detect some remnant. Did you notice how the Mimic traps Arnold in the worst possible performance? He's forced into this cheap felt pirate captain suit in a half-collapsing theater, playing along for an audience that shouldn't even be there. Now he has even less freedom than he did when he went through something similar in the big top showroom. The building literally shakes around him, the screen shakes, and right before all this starts, as soon as Arnold enters the theater, David's ghost, Tiger Rock, shows up, like he's there to make sure Arnold plays his part. Arnold is a trap performer, and to survive, he must act in this play. He actually does, too. The theater begins to shake and collapse as Arnold shoots the targets, but only when he shoots them. So why does the screen shake beforehand, too? During the pirate captain's angry lines, no less, because a tired, trapped Arnold is being forced to act. And the audience? Not even really there. A bunch of mannequins. So how do they know to respond emotionally using the audience meter? Well, you could say that the stage manager is doing this automatically to showcase the AI's storytelling capabilities, but it's more than AI. While playing through this section, the game mechanics that dictate whether you win or lose, aka die, are determined upon the meter on the opposite balcony, a meter that is completely unpredictable. While yes, most actions have a clear effect on the board, hitting or missing raises or lowers the response, but why does its speed change with each round? Why does it sometimes go up or down outside of correlation to hits or misses? And why does it especially obviously try to trick you by giving you a false bravo, even when you've been missing a lot right before the difficult octopus section? Plus, the costume is equipped with a limited number of balls, even though for gameplay it looks like our ammo is infinite. And the game says to shoot the targets, but never specifies the green ones. You have to figure it out for yourself. Sleep deprivation clouding our judgment for sure, and the emotional details of this section show me that David is haunting this theater, not just the Mimic. David is controlling the audience's emotional response, and he is toying with Arnold to see how he'll react as he acts in this play. Arnold is trapped inside this spring-locked suit David forced him into, and this reflects other moments throughout the entirety of FNAF as well.
I will escort you to the main exit through the utility tunnels. It is the safest path.
Is that really our only option?
You better be careful moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
I'm telling you, Gregory is a mad contortionist.
This is just a little uncomfortable. I don't know. Oh, my
Look
God.
at this. How is he shoving his body in here?
I think he's just snuggling.
It's not just a random detail. Arnold being forced into the suit feels familiar. It mirrors Gregory in Security Breach hiding inside Freddy, except Gregory chooses to do it. Arnold doesn't get a choice. In that forced stuffing, it echoes the darkest part of FNAF, William Afton shoving kids into suits. And here's the thing, Fazbear Entertainment knows all this horror is real, or at least they know it sells. Remember Help Wanted 1?
Welcome to the Freddy Fazbear Virtual Experience. Fazbear Entertainment is excited to join the digital age, and what better way to do that than with an edge-of-your-seat virtual reality experience?
It's a roller coaster. This is also the same music from Custom Night, or not Custom
We know
Night.
that Fazbear
Pizzeria
Entertainment
Simulator.
has developed something of a bad reputation over the last few decades, and while it's true that some stories associated with our name were loosely based on actual events, the majority of them were total fabrications from the mind of a complete lunatic. Lawsuits pending. But we aren't above laughing at ourselves. Ha ha ha. That's why we have recreated many of these completely fictitious scenarios, lies, that you've been fed over the last several years.
In-universe, it wasn't just a game for fans. It was literally a PR move designed to bury rumors about haunted suits and missing kids under flashy VR games. Instead of saying, sorry, RAI is glitching and we're investigating, they made a game to trivialize the real horror, even laughing at it like it's a joke. They turned tragedy into marketing content. And that makes Arnold's forced performance feel even darker. He's not just trapped in a suit. He's trapped in a story Fazbear itself is rewriting to hide what really happened. Arnold isn't the only one wrapped up in felt and regret. Let's talk about Roller Skating Party Chica and Nurse Dolly, two costumes that definitely shouldn't move on their own, yet somehow they do. Like I said in my last video, Dolly seems to be haunted before the mimic takes control of her, and Chica seems to be haunted in much the same way. Get this, in the in-game blueprints, Chica's suit is suspiciously different. Other costumes show the inner framework or metal endoskeleton or a person wearing the costume, but Chica's blueprint, it doesn't show what's inside at all. Almost like they're hiding how she moves or what's really powering her. Plus, it's impossible to tell what's piloting her when we're around her. There are no eye holes to see if it's the mimic's glowing coil eyes and no other openings. The lack of rips, tears, or damage showing the interior is very different from the other suits the mimic wears and often destroys himself. And weirdly, both Dolly and Chica share the same design quirk. They are locomotively controlled from the feet. Dolly rides the metal tracks, Chica rolls on the metal skates. Go ahead, count the toes if you're an old school FNAF theorist, but beyond this joke, it actually matters. Because those metal feet aren't just for show, they're the bridge between soft felt costumes and the hard molten metal that carries remnant, the spiritual force that haunts Fazbear props. Dolly literally rides the rails through the recycling facility, where old suits get melted down into fresh molten remnant. And who's standing right next to that molten remnant generator? Roller Skating Party Chica. She might look like a silly party mascot, but her skates, and maybe even some hidden frame or robot connected to the skates inside the costume, means she can be haunted by Remnant too. But here's where it gets bigger. It's not just Chica or Dolly. The whole attraction is built on molten metal. The theater is built on top of it. There are generators scattered throughout the whole factory. Murray's costume Manor is powered by a literal remnant crucible. The recycling facility keeps melting down old suits, turning tragedy into fuel. And the final house at the end of the game, it's got a central remnant hub, like a haunted heart beating under the floorboards. And all this molten remnant running under the building might mean something else, a future clash. Like the wires running through the Pizzaplex, there are pipes of remnant, the old mimic, Edwin's gator in loose terms, fighting the new glitch trap infected mimic, Afton's rabbit, a contrast between emotion and programming, ghosts and technology, soul power versus AI control, a tragic family history versus a violent serial murderer, a positive inventor versus a cold, calculated businessman, and the hybridization thereof. Not just a fight over a few mascot suits, a fight for control over Fazbear Entertainment itself. And only what remained of Edwin's family was able to open Afton's eyes to this and seed himself into the story so he could take control. But what remains, the literal ghosts of the past, have returned in full force to fight against it, even if Afton thought he got rid of it by creating video games and saying it was all fake. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please click like, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Comment what you think of this video and what else you'd love to see, and I'll get back at ya!